Ringside Raw TV with your host,
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ringside Raw TV. And quick update today. But anyone that saw the post we put up yesterday, the video we put up yesterday, we're ahead of the curve on this Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn matchroom boxing situation. We called it out. It's bigger than betrayal. It's going to another level. This isn't about Eddie and this is not about Conor Benn. Yeah, more has come out today, which is dividing the two camps. But also, we're now going to see a bigger picture at play, which we touched on yesterday, which is the Dana White and the UFC mob overtaking, with Zuffa, overtaking now a lot of the fighters from Eddie, a lot of the fighters from Queensbury. So Frank Warren's been very quiet, out of everyone, not heard a peep out of him throughout this whole situation. And so, listen, let's just start at the very beginning. Firstly, Eddie has been screaming and shouting about how he's been hard done by, how he's been betrayed. And yes, completely agree. The way Conor Benn handled the situation was incorrect. But Conor Benn made a business decision for himself. Yeah, he went with the money. He's a prize fighter, an average fighter who is overvalued right now. Yeah, and so he had to take that money. He'd be stupid not to. What other opportunity will he get like that again? He's on a run. He's on the high. He took it. Now, Matchroom can't cry wolf completely because they're a serious organization. They're a professional organization and they didn't even have a contract with the guy. Like, honestly, if you care that much about your relationship, you take away the opportunity for something like this to happen. You don't leave it down to trust. You don't leave it down to loyalty. That's called stupidity. There's money on the line. You know you're in a dirty game. Boxing is a dirty game. Yeah, this isn't the first time a fighter has left a promoter, and in actual fact, fighters leave trainers all the time, but no one screams and shouts about that. When a fighter has one bad loss, what does he do? Blame his trainer, jumps ship, goes to the next trainer. How many fighters stay with a trainer through their whole journey? As soon as they're about to get the title shot, they go to the next trainer. And people like Ben Davidson, how many times has he picked up a fighter that he hasn't trained, but seems to get them right at the end just before a title shot? You know, so this happens all the time. Prince Nazim, renowned for it. The movie that just came out about the guy. It's all about, him betraying the trainer that believed in him. So no one screams and shouts when a fighter moves on from a trainer and moves on time after time after time. But right now we're screaming and shouting because, yeah, I get it. Eddie did help 100%, supported Conor Benn through a bad spot. But if you don't get ink on paper, then it ain't worth the paper it's written on. And that is the truth of it. And you're dealing with prize fighters, you're dealing with kids, you're dealing with uneducated, you're dealing with guys that have a shelf life. So I'm not going to say you asked for it, but you could have stopped it and you didn't. So you are accountable in this situation. Now, let's move on from that. Who are the people laughing in this situation? Because we haven't heard too much just yet from them. But there's a rivalry going on right now, which is at the beginning is about to get worse between Eddie Hearn and Dana White. And Dana's on cloud 9 right now because Dana is part of a bigger organization. And I mean colossal. This is like, I don't know, the local burger van trying to take on McDonald's right now. And Eddie is a big boy. He has a real company. He's got a contract with DAZN. It's great. Yeah. So Eddie is always going to be here. But you're trying to fight guys who own casinos. And who are the guys generally behind the guys who own casinos? Gangsters and mafia. That's always been the way since the beginning of time. I'm not saying that that's what's going on with Dana and his mob, but they are cash rich. They are powerful and they are on another level. Yeah. And they've got Paramount and the US. And they've already shown that they're willing to throw their money around, and they're willing, and nobody is off the table. Nobody is out of bounds when it comes to who they're willing to approach and who they're going to poach. And Dana White is not afraid to be vocal about Eddie Hearn. They've already been taking little bites out of each other. Guess what's going to happen now? Dana's going to put his chest out, put his chin up, and he's just going to slap Eddie around, metaphorically, right? But it's going to get worse before it gets better, that's for sure. So we don't know how this is going to play out, but there's going to be a lot of shuffling around. You know, these fighters are like trump cards right now. They're going to be shuffling around for a while before we see this thing settle. Zuffa. Where is their place really, though, in the respectable level of boxing? Because they've got this Zuffa belt that they're about to launch. I mean, I thought it was bad enough with, I don't want to say Ring Magazine belt's not worth anything, right? But they're not the top four. You know, the top four, the only ones we really care about, the Ws, WBA, WBC, WBO, IBF. You know, anything outside of this, really, would we really care? Now you're talking about Zuffa having a world championship belt. I mean, the guys, who are they? Who cares? Does it actually mean anything? You know, so all these fighters who are going to get signed up are going to be competing for a belt that means nothing. I'm guessing for Conor, this is his one chance maybe to actually have a world title shot. As meaningless as it may be, like my AI titles right there, or like my white collar boxing title that I have, my international IWCBA welterweight champion, undefeated by the way, defended that title a dozen times. No one could take that one from me. But what does it mean? My title means as much as a Zuffa belt, I believe. In any case, listen guys, let's just wrap this one up for today, because what's clearly happening is everyone's got an opinion. The opinions are starting to divide now. I think the dust has settled and people are starting to realize what's going on. Boxing is boxing. People follow the money, always, especially the average fighters, you know. And so if you don't have your fighter signed, you don't have your fighter. It's as simple as that. If you think in a grown-up world where there's real money on the table, a spit and a handshake is worth the paper it's written on, you need to change your sport, my friend, because this ain't the one for you. Your life is gonna be your life is gonna be riddled with disappointment. Grow up, go back to your lawyers, get contracts done, go and check your contract with AJ, and let's hear what Dana White's got to say. And Frank Warren, I told you this guy's disappearing out of boxing. Who's he got? Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's pretty much done, and Frank Warren's going to be out the door with him. It's game over. Goodbye to Frank. Goodbye to Queensbury, and Zuffa. Drop it out with this belt nonsense. No one cares. Yeah, just hurry up, buy some fights, buy up your fighters. Let's see a bit of pantomime. Let's see some great shows. You're going to be good for it. We know it's going to be super glam, super glitz, high value stuff, overhyped. You know, just please keep it sensible. You'll carve your place in boxing for sure, but the belts, you're going a step too far there. Anyway, guys, like I just alluded to, I'm a boxer at heart, 25 years, and I'm going to be launching a new channel where you're going to be able to get the behind the scenes of me training. And I've trained around some of the best world champions. I've trained around some of the best trainers. You know, yes, I came from a white collar background 25 years ago. Yes, I held the white collar boxing titles 25 years ago. But I have trained at the McGuigan gym. I've trained around the Cole Framptons, the Josh Taylors, George Groves, you know, David Hayes. I've been around that gym. I'm no pro, but I've been around the world champions, picked up a thing or two in my time, and thankfully I've been privileged to be in good company. And now my boxing journey is not over. You can follow it on my next channel. In my next video, I'll be launching it. Check the descriptions, and you'll get to follow me behind the scenes training, leading up to my next fights, because I'm not down and out yet. I'll be coming back. So guys, Stay tuned. I'm going to give you updates as we go along. But like I said, I called it yesterday. I called it before everyone else said it, and I'll call it again. This is bigger than Conor Benn betraying Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's been betrayed by Turki Al-Sheikh, and now he's being schooled by Dana White, and he's realizing the magnitude of the people he's having to deal with. This next level, he's out of his depths. He can't even do a bit of paperwork with his own fighters. He's got no chance with these Americans. Let's leave it there. See you soon. And remember, as always, hands up, chin down.